So, following what have happened in Uromi, leading to the death of 16 people, and if you flip the pages of newspaper, particularly the Nigerian newspaper, those controlled uh, by rich politicians, they seem to be coining the conversation and almost turning it against the people of Assam, as if what happened in Uromi was an act of barbarism. But that is not the case. So yesterday, we started a 21-day letter of protest to both the federal government of Nigeria and the state governor to take decisive action against what is happening in Esanland. What happened recently leading to the death of people, or actually the event that happened at that day leading to the death of 16 people, was only one of the results of what could happen when they fail the people, because the federal government of Nigeria and also the state governor, now led by Monday Okpebholo, have failed the people for a very long time. The Asian people have been complaining that they are no longer free in their land, that they are being abused, adopted, kidnapped, raped. They can no longer go to the farm. They can no longer live peacefully in their home. This was simply calling on the government to live up to their responsibility of protecting life and property in their land. They didn't do that. They pretend they didn't hear. All the complaints, the videos out there of herdsmen going into the farm of somebody, they will use their cattle to graze on the land. And I'm not aware if open grazing is part of the law in Edo State. Because you have cattle are your business. That is fine. But remember that another man also have a piece of land where he's farming. Farming is his business too. He's planting cassava, he's planting rice, he's planting yams. Now you take your cattle into the farmland of another person and you use the crop to feed your cattle. Who in his right frame of mind is able to understand that as a right way of living? And if that is not enough, they end up kidnapping people, raping them, and this become a way of life that the people of Uromi and these some people have been complaining for several years. The government seem not to be aware of what is happening. People have been complaining that their life are in danger. And these hunters that are hunting, because the government of Nigeria, run by a cuckoo of criminals, allow some people to carry gun and then go into the land of other people, and they are legally allowed to do that, supposedly. How do we justify that? How do we live in a country like that? That one person is allowed to carry gun, but when you see a gun in the hand of another person, you are treating him as a criminal. Okay, now let's imagine this. If you were a police officer operating in any of the geopolitical zones in Nigeria, you see somebody with those weapons that was saw in Uromi. You tell me, you are a police officer, what are you going to do? You will say, okay, they are hunters. But remember, in the video, we didn't see any evidence of what they have hunted. Did anybody see any goat meat, any bush meat that they hunted? Did anybody see any evidence of the hunting other than those instruments being used to hunt people? You see, I think we really need to be careful of the narrative that the people of Uromi, okay, let me generally say that Asian people do not generally burn people or even kill people. It is not our way of life. We are respecter of people. That is why you see all kinds of people in Esanland. And Uromi, to be specific, we have people from different parts of the country. We are welcoming people. We allow every person to come around as long as you live peacefully with the community, with the people that you meet. That is our way of life. But how dare you become a partaker of destroying the land that you are allowed to live in? How dare you do that? Can you do that in Kaduna? That, say, a group of people coming from Benin, from Edo State, from any other part of the country, they are now the one patrolling in your forest. Imagine that. Imagine that for yourself in a moment. Now, you are the citizens of Kaduna, or in Kano State, or in Sokoto State, and you see people from other parts of the country. They are now raping your people. They are now killing your people in your farmland. They come with goats, and they enter into your farmland where you are cultivating crop. They are using their animal to feed on your crop. Think about it. You see, these things are not rocket science. We are supposed to understand them. This is what they are doing in Esanland. This is what is causing the crisis. And I know that because the politicians in Nigeria, I repeat again, these are people who have no business being in politics, because politics is supposed to be for the experts. They are very divisive. They are looking for ways to divide the people and govern them, because they are looking for anything that they can do to divide the people so that they are fighting among themselves. That is what they are doing. It's one of their instruments. But if they were serious about resolving the problem, they know what to do. They can resolve the problem. How many times have Governor Okpebholo been to Uromi to resolve this problem? Since the people I understand that he'd be there for a short space of time. I understand that. But for this short space of time, a lot of people have been kidnapped in Uromi. And people have been complaining. There are videos all over the places, thanks to a lot of young people in Uromi who are complaining, who are voicing out the concerns of what is going on. It didn't reach the governor. It didn't reach the president. They were not aware. The National Assembly was not aware. The Edo State National Assembly were not aware of the suffering of the Esan people, because it doesn't concern them. But suddenly, the sacred cows were touched. Suddenly, the people are driven to the wall. They can't do anything anymore. They take action. Now, suddenly, everybody is aware that something is going wrong. We're going to be talking about human rights now. And very soon, we will take the argument from there, reshape it, and turn it into a religious argument that they are against Muslim. And very soon, we will coin it so that the people that sacked them, that maybe killed them, are Christians, and the people that were killed are Muslim. Because that is what our politicians do. Because they are criminals. They are criminal gang who are able to do all sorts of things to create havoc and to manage it, because they are interested in that. That is what this letters is about. 21 letters that are written to address the situation, call it, of course, the attention of the government of Nigeria to do the needful, to do what they were supposed to do when they were sworn into office on May 29, that they were going to defend the lives and properties of Nigerians. They were supposed to live to protect the Nigerian people. And of course, we can see how the Tinubu administration is protecting the people, creating poverty for the land. Now, talking of creating poverty, that is exactly what is happening in Esanland. I want you to take a moment to reflect on that. They are driving away the farmers from the farm. What do you think is going to happen? The farmers cannot produce food to feed the people. And therefore, they'll be in hunger. And maybe the government, the administration of Tinubu and his cohort will probably begin to distribute gari and rice and ewa to the people. But wait, these people have piece of land where they can farm. Why are you distributing food to them? Is there an emergency? Is it a coronavirus? These people can take care of themselves. Why don't distribute tractors to them? They want to distribute bags of rice to them so that by the time they give you rice, they can control you. You see, this is all part of their strategy of distraction, because they are people of distraction, gang of criminals who have hijacked the leadership of the people. And they are manipulating the situation. If not, they have the forces of cohesion. They have the Nigerian army, the police, all the institutions to be able to control the Nigerian forest. The Nigerian forest is under the control of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and, of course, the local authority. They can control it if they want to do that, but they don't want to do that. They are not interested in doing that. That is what this letter is about. Sometimes, maybe they don't even care about it, but I don't care too. We are just voicing our anger, our frustration, and we are registering it so that people can know our concern, what we are saying all the time, based on the evidence that we see around us, that we are not in support of what is happening. That the government of Nigeria is able to control what is happening, but they are refusing to do that. And what is happening is a consequence of that. Therefore, the government of Nigeria is responsible for the death of their citizens. Because if they do the needful, the people will not need to resort to this, they call it barbaric or this art of self-defense. That is what we are doing in Nigeria. We do self-defense. We need to organize our army to defend us, including the pastor. They will be praying, God will save you, God will protect you, but they organize their own army to protect them. Everybody is in this game of deception in Nigeria. So we are saying, it's not acceptable like this. It cannot go on like this. It is not fair like this. The government are cheating the people. They are supposed to take care of the life and property of the citizenry. It is the duty of the government. That is why they are the government. Because if you cannot take care of the people, if you cannot provide their security, you cannot provide them light, you cannot provide them infrastructure, you cannot provide them the ability to be able to play in the world, then you have no use. You are useless to them. Useless in the sense that they have no use for you. You have no relevance in their life because you cannot affect their life in any way positively. Therefore, you are a useless entity to them. Of course, you are a government because you can use the police, the army to control the people by force. But really, you are not useful to the people. That is what is happening. Because if you were useful to the people, you will take care of the challenges that they are facing. When they say they can no longer go to the farm, you will think, but if the people go to the farm, now they will be able to provide for themselves. Because you are the leader of a people who should be able to provide for themselves. That should be your primary responsibility of making sure there is security in the land. Because when there is security, the people will be able to go about their daily life. Now remember, if they do that, they'll be able to pay tax to your government. Don't you remember that? But if the people are poor now, artificially poor, because you create poverty as part of the administration of this APC, that we create poverty and experiment on suffering of the Nigerian people, now they are poor. They cannot take care of themselves. They cannot pay tax to the government. Didn't you think about that? Okay, I know why. Because there is a lot of money to be made in oil and the rest, a few other resources. So you don't really need the tax from the people. But you'll be complaining you don't have money. You have money to squander. We are asking to do the needful to protect life and property in Nigeria. You said you were going to do that. If you don't do that, you are lying. On May 29, you swore by the Nigerian Constitution that you were going to defend the life and property of the Nigerian people. We are asking you to do that. Mr. President, we are asking you to defend the life and property of Nigerians. And Governor Okpebholo, we are asking you to defend your people. That is what you swore for. If you don't do that, you are a liar. If you don't do what you say you were going to do, you are a liar. So stand up to the responsibility of providing security to the people of Esanland. You can do this. It is not beyond your responsibility. It is not an extra responsibility that people are giving to you. This is your primary responsibility to provide security to the people. Remember that we are saying it is your responsibility, that the death of the people in Uromi are your responsibility because you didn't do the needful. If you did the needful, there will not be need for Uromi people to organize vigilante. You see, vigilante came because the people were no longer safe which because you didn't provide the security. Lazy, of course, with the government, with the federal government, to protect the life and property of the Yoruba people in their home. It is because you failed on that they created the vigilante and other people to take care of themselves. And based on their evidence, they captured these people, and what happened. So you don't blame me just on these people and claim to be innocent, because you are primarily responsible for security in the country. So I'm asking you, if you are maybe one of those people who have a direct contact, who have an experience of what have happened, share with us. Because we are asking the federal government of Nigeria and the state governor of Edo State to live up to their responsibility, or they will make themselves liars. Because they swore by the Constitution that they were going to protect the people. If you don't protect the people, then you are liars. Choose. What do you want to be? A liar or people of... You see, they want to be called honorable, excellence, His Excellency. But are you really excellent in what you are doing? Like, are you really honorable in what you are doing? Because those things are not title. Those things come after you have taken action. Therefore, there are consequences of your action. Are you doing honorable work? Are you doing an excellent work in the sense of you stand before the people, you took an oath of office, swore by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you were going to defend the people. That was where you evolved yourself. The second part of it is to live according to the responsibility that you have been saddled with, that you can do the work. If you do it well, then if you do an excellent job, then you are excellent. It is not excellent because you take the office. It is excellent because you do an excellent job. Is that too difficult? Is that too complicated to understand? Mr. Governor, the people of Esan need you. They are asking you to provide security for them because you promised to do that. You promised to do that, and we're asking you to do it. Do it now. It is your time to live up to your responsibility. Great the people of Esan, and great the Federal Republic of Nigeria.